let me preface something before we get into this video. I am so goddamn sick of these Spawn movie news because nothing happens. The only reason I brought this up was because it was someone other than McFarlane saying stuff about this. So therefore it has a little more credibility than McFarlane going, oh yeah, the Spawn movie's still happening. Yeah, it's totally going to happen. I just, it's going to happen. Wait and you see, it's going to be a great movie. Yeah. Go buy McFarlane toys. That's it. But the only reason I'm bringing this up is because someone else is giving news, and McFarlane isn't there in the background going like a gun to the guy's back, going, "Tell him about the Spawn movie." Yeah, that's the only reason I'm talking about this. After this, I'm done. I am so fucking done talking about Spawn movie news until I see a fucking trailer. Even like a teaser trailer, I might be skeptical, but a full-ass trailer, and even if Jamie Foxx is or isn't Al Simmons, we still don't know, because even now he's still like, yeah, I'm still Al Simmons, but then I saw another interview where he's like, maybe scheduling, who knows. So, that's the thing, is that after this, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it's not McFarlane saying anything about the Spawn movie. It is actually Jason Blum, because the Spawn movie is supposed to be under Blumhouse. And the other reason I wanted to talk about it is just literally like, it's almost like they're throwing fucking shit at the wall. Like, this sounds so fucking crazy that we're going with this idea for a Spawn movie, when in reality, it's not hard to make a Spawn movie, especially like in the idea that McFarlane wanted. Even then I was like, well, that's even like, McFarlane wanted it to be like a crime drama, and Spawn's like the shark in Jaws. I don't come here to watch Sam and Twitch. If I wanted to watch a Sam and Twitch movie, I'll go watch Sam and Twitch, gladly. Gladly I will go watch Sam and Twitch. I came to watch a fucking Spawn movie for fucking Spawn. Al fucking Simmons. Not Jim Downing, not Medieval Spawn, not Gunslinger Spawn. Spawn. That is what I came to watch. And guys, look, I wouldn't call myself a major Spawn fan. You guys, if you've been on this channel long enough, then you know my thoughts on Spawn, on where I stand on Spawn comics and Spawn media. I think it's fun junk food comics. They're not deep. They're not, completely, like, Watchmen level material. I don't think anyone's gonna say that. Even, like, when you had, like, Alan Moore or Neil Gaiman writing Spawn, none of it's would be considered their A material. I like Spawn because it's dumb fun. It makes no goddamn sense. It's like reading a goddamn Michael Bay comic. So, after this, I wash my hands of this bullshit until I see a fucking trailer. Okay? The other reason why I brought it up, again, was because the idea they're going with is, like, beyond Blumhouse budget. So, here we are, fucking talking about the Spawn movie. One more time. I swear, I am not after this, I'm done. I promise you I'm done with talking about the Spawn movie that has been talked about since 2007. Okay? Until I see a trailer, nothing I will believe is real. I'm good. I'm good. I'm so good. I'm cool like the Fonz. Anyway, let's talk about it. So, Jason Blum, the head of Blumhouse, announced that yes, the Spawn movie, we have some updates. We do have script writers. They are the people behind Joker and Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is cool. I think that's some high caliber shit. And they also announced the title of the movie will be called King Spawn, which really got me. Which really was the kind of the crux of this one of the other cruxes of this video, was because really you're doing King Spawn as the story. Something that needs a lot, like, if you were doing a Spawn movie franchise, that is like phase 5, my dude. For those wondering what King Spawn is, King Spawn, shockingly, isn't written by Todd McFarlane, it's written by Sean Lewis. and overseen by McFarlane, because it is all of his baby, of course. But King Spawn, basically, for those who don't know, after the events of Spawn number 300, where Spawn basically fucked time in the asshole and unleashed all the other Spawns across the, from throughout time and space, leading to massive universe-changing events. Basically what happens is there's this cult that wants Spawn to ascend to be the new king of hell and heaven, I believe. It's been a while since I've read the comic. And they're like, Billy Kincaid is one of their members, and Billy Kincaid, of course, the child murderer, the ice cream man, if you know your early Spawn lore, and they want him to ascend to the throne to become the King Spawn. Almost sounding like, of course, Horus, you've defeated me. You are now the Warhammer 40K. Yep. So, King Spawn, you kind of need other things to do. So obviously, you need some other factors for this movie to work, right? And I guess that flies in the face of what McFarlane has been saying of wanting it to be a Sam and Twitch movie with some Spawn in it. Like, he wanted, I think the idea was, McFarlane was like, I want Spawn to have no more than 7 minutes of screen time. And this is coming from someone who is a Godzilla fan and has seen movies where he has only been on screen for 7 minutes. And, again, sometimes that works. The shark in Jaws has no less than, I think, of full screen time, not from the camera point of view, I think a total of 5 minutes. And I'm being generous in that. Less than 5 minutes, if I'm being honest. But here's the thing. I want to see the character. I paid my ticket for a Spawn movie. And furthermore, Blumhouse? Have you seen their fucking track record as of late? Holy dog shit! I'm surprised McFarlane is still wanting to do this with Blumhouse after, I don't know, Imaginary and fucking what was that other one? Night Swim and whatever the ass they got next. Especially after Exorcist Believer. I'm surprised even after Exorcist Believer, McFarlane was just like, oh yeah, this is totally the movie movie studio I'm going to be working with. Oh yeah. Small movie still coming. Buy my toys. Yeah, my dude, I don't know what made you think staying on this project with staying with Blumhouse. And I guess the other thing that kicked Jason Blum in the ass even more was because the other thing that was probably the kick in the ass was because McFarlane actually did threaten after no news, said I'm just going to move it to independent funding. Which I don't know where he would probably get that money. Probably maybe Shudder, maybe some outside sources from outside the U.S. That's always a possibility. Yeah. So that's kind of also cycling back to what I said. King Spawn is kind of a big you need a big budget, and you could cut out the multiple Spawns, but it doesn't. The storyline still doesn't work, even if you cut out. Spawn bringing in the other Spawns from across the timelines. There's still a lot of factors that needed to work to fall into what leads to King Spawn regardless. So but again, maybe it's just a title and maybe they're, using it in name only. The MCU has done that a few times. I'm not going to defend that. As much as I like the MCU, I'm not going to defend that they haven't done that before, where they've done a storyline in name only. But again, they are notorious for doing low-budget horror, and the King Spawn storyline is kind of a big deal. Again, this could change. McFarlane still has a lot of say, so maybe the scriptwriters will do this whole King Spawn thing, approach him with the script, and McFarlane will go, oh, no, I don't like it. That could still happen. But hey, it's news that isn't from McFarlane's mouth, so that's why I decided to talk about it. And I know I seem angry, it's just that I'm so done with this shit. I have talked about this movie that has not gotten any progress. You know what it's gotten in terms of progress? Jack and shit. And Jack shit himself and got out of town with violent diarrhea. So, I don't know what else to say. Other than, until I see a trailer, like a full trailer, I refuse to believe this movie's moving like a snail's dick of pace. Okay? I'm done. I'm done. I wash my hands of this. Wash it again a third time. You know, get the germs off. Anyway. I figured a nice rambling rant video would be cool. I contain a lot of my anger in my videos, but this has pissed me off to no end of, like, I've talked about this in the past, and, like, nothing comes of it, and then, yeah. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this Spawn movie news? Do you think it even fucking matters? Do you guys, if you've read King Spawn, which... That's like, King Spawn is not a fun comic to read. And I mean fun in, like Gunslinger Spawn is a fun comic. King Spawn is oppressively depressing. The first story arc deals with kids being blown up and murdered in a school. It's not a fun book. Like, this is not a like, the King Spawn storyline is not a comic you want to read if you're in a good mood. Or in a bad... Like, you have to be in the right... Like, you have to, like, mentally prep yourself for the amount of just... edgelord, depressing shit that is in that book. Anyway, so yeah, just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse. One more thing before I go. I will say that I would like to see a Gunslinger... Like, I know I said earlier I wanted to see Al Simmons, not Javi. I kind of do want to see a Gunslinger Spawn movie, but only when you get proper establishment for it. Like, I think that would be a cool film. Like, thinking about it, because I was just about to finish this video, and then I gave some thought. No, I would like to see a Gunslinger Spawn movie, but like with Gunslinger Spawn, whether it be the Old West or him thrown to the future, like in the comics. I just kind of wanted to be established, like Spawn to be established first. That's why I'm kind of like so. Like, what the fuck with King Spawn of all things? You're doing this as the movie, the tentative movie. So that was my thing. So expect Gunslinger Spawn in the year 2079. I don't know. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.